really is really heated up in the Western Conference right now. I know we've been talking about it, but this shit is like I don't know if I remember even seeing it this close. Like I haven't seen it this close in a long, long time. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, now they going crazy out there for real.
It is
Um,
pretty wicked.
was like there's like 2 games left of the season.
Yup.
About
And you still got like what 3 teams with that 47 wins. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
right there, that between a 6 and 8.
man. And Golden State lost, bro. That shit killed, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Cause I couldn't watch it. It was too late for me. I had to go to sleep. I woke up, bro. I saw that shit and went right back to sleep. I was like, oh, my
A
heart.
point, a pointless win for the Spurs at that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm like,
there's
why are
no
y'all trying so
reason.
hard?
There's no reason for them to even be trying to win games. Like,
they should be tanking for Cooper Flag.
Shit,
mhm.
bro. I look back. I'm like, wait, are they like in contention? Not they're the 14th seed.
Yeah.
Oh man, that
13th
shit
now.
hurt. You're right, bro. That shit killed my whole entire soul, bro. Shit. Okay, but today we're gonna start on the topic. Let's upload the banners. We're gonna start on the Zion topic. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I just was on TikTok and I saw a report that came out saying the accused stalker romantically linked to the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion Williamson, allegedly assaulted a love rival and egged the NBA star's house. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, so Zion Williamson is back in the media again for something else other than basketball. Given the season that he just had and all the other things that he's dealing with, personal issues, weight wise, do y'all think the writing's on the wall for Zion to leave the Pelicans? And if so, what do y'all think he's gonna go?
You can go ahead, Travis.
I mean, I'm so up and down with. I don't know what. I don't even know what his potential is right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like we haven't really seen Zion. I mean, seen him play. You know what I mean? I guess this year was a little sample size. I mean, we know he has potential, but just haven't seen anything. I don't know what the off court stuff is. You know what I mean? Like I'm just getting hip to this story now. Like you know what I mean? I don't know what he's got going on. Baby mama drama, lady drama. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, I don't. I don't know where he goes. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of team he goes to. You know, if he goes to a contender or if he goes to a team that's just, mediocre. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I still got to catch up. I sound kind of bad. I don't
mm.
know. I'm not too up on the story, or you know what
Well,
I mean. But I mean,
well,
it might be time for a change of scenery. What he's been
um,
there, what 4 years?
yeah,
He's
it's been
been there
4
for a
years.
little bit.
4 years, but I mean, he's only probably played 2 years worth of games. You know what I mean? So it's it's kind of crazy just because all the hype coming out of college. You know what I mean? Supposed to be that guy, but it seems like you know what I mean. He just can't. They talk about Luca's weight. I mean, Zion's you know what I mean, he's the one who really needs to work on his weight, and it's
Gumbo.
like he can't. Yeah, I know that New Orleans food down there is probably it's probably tough for him. So I don't know. I got no clue.
I mean, Zion. I just want to put out there Zion's contract right now. He's on $197.2 million extension that he signed in July 2022 for 3 years. So, like, do y'all think? Do you think he's worth that money though? Like, do you think he's worth that money? Or do you think he can get that money or more money at a different on a different team given his current performance?
I feel like if he's healthy, I mean, like we see the flashes. The flashes are there when Zion's like healthy. I mean, it's just so much going on. Like we've heard from the Pelicans saying that they don't want to play him. Like Zion said that he'll play, but the Pelicans don't want to play him. With the whole because the Pelican situation they suck. So they're tanking, figuring
Yeah.
out God knows what. He honestly probably should have been out of there when fucking Lonzo left.
Yeah, I mean, nah, because I think that would have been premature. Because that was what 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That that'd have been premature. I feel like. I mean, I think the Pelicans they've tried their best to put good pieces around him.
Well,
It's not
everybody's got hurt all the time. The Pelicans are cursed. I don't know what they did, bro, but they must have wronged somebody in the past 5 years because they literally everybody gets injured.
it gotta be the food, man. It gotta be that food ain't built for
It might
athletes.
be some of that New Orleans voodoo or whatever. I don't
Voodoo.
know.
Yeah, it's that voodoo down there.
But I feel like when it comes to Zion, though, I feel like Peanut said, we've seen the flashes. We've seen him like move LeBron. I've seen him move LeBron. I don't see it often, but he literally moved LeBron. And this is when, even when he cut weight down, and even before he cut his weight down, he's a fast dude. Like, he's explosive. Um, my biggest thing with Zion is that sometimes you just got to keep the main thing the main thing. And as an owner or a GM, the last thing I want to see is this off court drama with the baby mama, with the porn stars, all this shit. I don't know if you hip on that, Trav.
Yeah. Nah,
The more
I'm hip on
the Mariah Mills.
from
Okay,
Ryan
yeah.
Mills. Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Man, I'm like, bro, and I seen Mariah Mills recently. I'm like, yo,
He
Zion, what
looks
are you doing?
crazy. Yo,
Crazy. I'm like,
yo. That-
oh man, guys.
nah, Zion's a sick
The
man for
this,
that.
I don't know if you
He's a
saw
sick
it,
man, yo.
but this baby or this supposed baby mama, the one that egged his house, was like she was like, I think a report came out. She said something. She was like, it's all fun and games till I drop this baby.
Oh yeah, she did say that. Yeah, it's
So I
like
don't
we not trying to hear that, Zion. Like, you not even playing. You not in shape. And we gotta deal with this. It's like,
give
nah,
an
that's
ant.
it. When you winning and you hooping and you making the team better, like look at Anthony Edwards. No one's talking about that shit. No one
See,
gives a fuck,
that's
bro.
that.
Because he's winning. He just dropped 44 last night on
Right.
John Moran's head. Like, so no one cares. So that's Zion's problem, is the fact that he's not playing. He's not winning. So when these things come up, people won't sweep him under the rug the same way they will for Anthony Edwards. You know?
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yeah,
that's my
I
biggest thing.
I agree with that. I think that's what I touched on when we were talking about Ja last time. I was like, that's the only reason Ant don't catch that heat, because Ant's actually playing.
Yeah.
They're winning. You know what I mean? Like, he's still balling, and it's like Ja's, you know, still trying to work his way back in, not really playing, not playing up to his potential. You know what I mean? But that off court stuff, man, that's a distraction, and this is a business. Those guys don't like that. So that's my thing. Is like, where does he go? You know, does he go to another bad team that is just about selling tickets and doesn't care? They'll pay him the money. Just, you know what I mean? Just fuck it, we'll fill the seats out because we got Zion now. Or
You know,
can he go to a contender?
you know what would go crazy if they could get him?
Pacers.
Nuggets. Because Aaron Gordon's, getting up there, and
They
he
should have the space. They should have the space.
and they're gonna have the space probably coming up here soon. Because
Nah,
with what I guess I don't know what they're gonna. I guess they're like low key maybe rebuilding after this season, or trying to
Shit.
figure out what they're gonna do going forward. So I
what do
mean,
what do you guys think of? I seen one on Bleacher Report. They were putting up a bunch of trade possibilities, and they had Zion going to the Pistons.
He would fit well there because of his he kind of plays a little gritty. You know, I feel like that fits the culture in Detroit right now. That
Hmm.
bad boy, they kind of leaning into that bad boy culture that's there. So I
that's what I
think
was
Zion
gonna say
would
when
work
we talk about
really,
them
really
later.
well. He has some enforcers to go along with him. That'll be a really dangerous team. And it's the
Pistons.
East,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be it's an easier conference too.
Right.
See, that might look pretty
Okay.
good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that. I like that. But I think I would see him going to the East though for sure. I don't see him really going to any team in the West just because I think it's too big of a risk for any team in the West right
You
now.
want them on your Warriors
Honestly, I don't. I do, but I don't. I don't trust him. I don't trust him with our future. He would be our future. I don't trust him with our future.
fair.
Personally. But yeah, I see him. I like the Pistons. The Pistons, or I was thinking the Pacers. Honestly,
No, you said the Pacers.
yeah,
I feel like
Think
the pace.
Pacers.
I feel like the Pacers are kind of like loaded at the forward position though, with Siakam and Turner and
that's true.
Toppin.
Trying to think
But
if I'd like to see him on the Lakers. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think y'all
I don't
should do
know.
that. I
I don't
mean,
know. I mean, it's the Lakers, so I mean, I never put anything past them. You know, big names, bright lights, that's their thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like there'd be a spot for them, but that's a lot of players and only I mean only one ball. Pause. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? So
Mhm. I mean, the issue with Zion too is that the amount of because like I say, he's got paid 197 million dollars. So any good agent's going to be negotiating. That's going to be the starting point right there. So it's like I don't think the Lakers can afford that. And Luca, I mean, LeBron would take less money though. And but
mhm.
Austin Reeves, bro, he's the way he's been playing.
He already
Yeah,
got paid.
He's gonna have to get paid.
He got
he,
paid last season.
oh, did he? Okay, so how long was the extension for?
I'd have to look.
Yeah,
I'll look right now.
'cause I
And
mean, is
no,
it?
go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, they can swing it. So if LeBron is at a point where I think LeBron, he said publicly, he would take more, he would take less money to get a piece on the team that would make him a contender. So LeBron, he would do that. If Luca, I'm not sure what his contract looks like, but I think they could swing it. They could definitely swing it.
I'm just
Maybe.
4 year, 53 million.
Oh yeah, so Austin Reeves locked in. Yeah, he not going
yeah.
nowhere.
Now it just makes me think of like the off court shit though. I don't know if Zion can handle LA. You know what I mean? I
Gonna
mean,
be
Oh
another fucking
you talking
Magic.
about poor star and cent. Yeah, you know what I mean? You talking about where the
yeah,
porn stars are
scratch
at? Like,
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean that might be bad news. You know what
I don't
I
know. Maybe Luca can calm him down, get him in the hookah lounge or something.
mean?
You know what, Zion, and honestly, I don't really know where his background, but he kind of gives me the vibe that like he's a nice dude. You know what I'm saying, from the suburbs of like North Carolina, and he's in a lifestyle now where he's trying to be a player, and that's not him. When
Yep.
people, you know what I'm saying, that's not really him. So he's fucking it up. He's not. He don't know how to be a player, and he's exposed to a lifestyle that he was. He was probably from like a
Cause
more of a sheltered, you
he's
know.
from a small town in South Carolina. You know what I
Ex-
mean? Like,
No,
his
he's from Salisbury.
oh, is he?
hmm
Okay, okay.
I
He
don't know if
must.
he grew up there, but that's what Google said he was born at.
that's y'all part of the woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how close that is
I
to
don't
y'all.
know where Salisbury is. I ain't never
Yeah,
been
I'm
to
not.
Salisbury.
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell
He's
you.
from y'all state though. He's from y'all state, but he's not equipped to deal with the pressures of these women putting it on him. So,
Oh, he over by Charlotte.
okay, yeah. So I don't. I just think
Okay.
that's his biggest problem. He's trying to be something he's not in terms of like a player and stuff like that. I think it's fucking up his game and everything like that. But we're gonna move to the next topic. Um, we're gonna talk about the Lakers. I feel like we keep talking about the Lakers, but it's been like it just was hot right now, man. Like Luca, about I think 2 nights ago now, there was the long-awaited matchup of the Lakers versus the Mavericks, and Luca returned home to play the Mavs against a healthy AD. It was an emotional night for Luca. He cried during the intro. I'm not so sure if y'all saw that game, but he
I saw
dropped
Mhm.
the
40.
intro.
You saw it? Okay. So he dropped 45 points in the W against the Mavericks. How did y'all feel about the game, and do you think it lived up to the expectations that y'all had? Peanut, you want to go first?
I'd say so. I mean, this is Luca's first game back against them, right? He missed the previous one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is the first. This is the first his first game back. Yep.
I I say good on Luca. I know. He said I know the reporter asked him how was he able to play the game after such a like an emotional cuz he was crying.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
It's like the Wesley Snipes meme where he's got the gun up against the dude's head.
Real tears, man.
Bro, but like ah,
Yeah,
I
that,
mean
that
it's a
was from
good
the gut. You could feel that was a real cry too. That
it's
was,
I mean you can tell it meant a lot to him. I'd say it's good on Luca. I mean being able to like compete in this environment and this atmosphere after everything that's happened. And I think it's a good thing for the Lakers too that y'all were able to compete with the Mavs and ultimately get it done.
I mean, for me, I just it's the Mavericks. I wasn't worried about that team at all. Like I said, I don't think they're that good of a team. I mean, in eight, I know it has to frustrate Mavericks fans seeing AD just be pedestrian. You know what I mean? Like you know what I
How
mean?
much do
Like
you
where
have?
like 13 maybe. Like
yeah, he
don't
maybe
like
had.
maybe quote
I
me. I
got.
don't quote me on that, but it was a 13 or 19. It was one of those two. But I mean, it was just like not. You know what I mean? For him to be like the best player on the team, that trade, like I know the Mavs fans are just like,
He had
dog.
13 points and 11 rebounds, 6 assists.
I mean, a little double double, but that's not. I mean, you're AD. You know what I mean? Like,
and they automatically comparing it to Luca. Like you,
Right.
it's Luka, you know
Of
what I'm
course,
saying?
you know what I mean? Like that's the game
That's the
that's gonna
person you got traded
always,
for.
yeah, that's gonna always
He's the
happen. It's
benchmark.
like that man drops 13, Luca drops 40 in your head, and it's like,
Yeah,
come on, bro. Just Dallas. I still don't know why they made that trade. I appreciate it, but those fans and like everything just gotta feel like shit. I mean, like I said, going back to it, the Lakers supposed to beat the Mavs. That's not supposed to be a an issue taking care of that team. So I mean, we did what we need to do. And like I said, Luca, I think he's gonna always try to drop 40 on them. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, and it's crazy seeing that pregame shit because it's like, yo, he really did not want to leave Dallas. Like, yo, he wanted to be a
yeah.
lifer with the Mavs, and they kind of, he can tell he's still hurt. So makes me makes me feel confident about us going into the playoffs because I feel like he has a chip on his shoulder where it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna show you guys what you guys got rid of. I'm still Luca, fat Luca, skinny Luca. I still ball. Like I've been doing it since I was 16, playing with grown men. You know what I mean? So, uh, Lakers did what we had to do. You know what I mean?
This reminds me of this kind of this the way this is playing now is reminding me of Kobe's vendetta with the Sacramento Kings. Like, I feel like every time he played the Sacramento Kings, he made sure to turn up and like
Go
not let them
crazy.
win. And I feel like this kind of vibe is this is kind of the storyline that this whole thing is giving me with Luca. I watched the game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted the Mavs to win so bad. Like I was rooting for the Mavs so bad. It got so bad. I was going to the chat when the Mavs took the lead. I went to the chat. I was about to type some shit in the chat. I was like, actually, wait a minute. Let's see how this plays out first. And I'm glad I didn't say nothing. Um, it was kind of scary though because the fact that Luca dropped 45 points in the game was still a close game, and the Mavs
Well,
weren't healthy. Like the Mavs had AD, but he's still coming off an injury. They didn't have Kyrie. They didn't have a lot of key pieces, you know. So I felt the fact that it was a close game. I don't know how I want to feel about that. I feel like it was
well,
kind
Austin
of
Reeves didn't play that good. He only had 11, 4, and 4, and then it was LeBron was the second high scorer with 27. So I mean, if everybody else is clicking, I think the Lakers would have been all right.
that doesn't worry you though. The fact that the Mavs was like you only because the end of the game, I think the Mavs ended up winning by the Lakers ended up winning by like double
15.
digits, like 15 points. But for a minute, it was pretty close for most of the game. That doesn't worry you,
Um,
Trev?
it doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me. I just know it was Luca night. You know what I mean? I just felt like basketball game of game of run. So I mean, I think we knew we weren't losing that game. They catch up. We put the foot back down. I mean, it's not wasn't too worried about it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's just
okay.
me. That's just me.
I
Me, I'm not
feel
just what I mean. It's still a little regular season, but I knew Luca was gonna go crazy. I did know that. Like I should have put some money on him. I just knew he was gonna
Yeah, I think the odds probably wasn't that good though, because everyone knew he was gonna go crazy.
just gonna
But
try. Yeah, he wasn't gonna drop no 20 points on the Mavs. Like nah, he was gonna. You know what I
the
mean?
person I'm really mad at though, when it comes to the man, I'm pissed at AD because like I think this was a huge game for AD too. Like obviously it was a huge moment for Luca, but this was AD's moment too. Bro, like and it really exposed to me why LeBron couldn't give a team over to this nigga. Like he was trying to give a team to AD, but he was not capable of having the team or having the keys to the team because we saw AD cannot create his own shot. He can't
No.
create his own shot. Like JJ Redick is a great basketball mind because he knew he played him exactly right to the point where they is going to deny AD the ball, make it hard for him to even get the ball, be a nuisance for AD, and then take him out the game completely. The fact that AD works so well with like a person like LeBron is because it drew the attention away from AD. So I think AD is just exposed him how much of a pedestrian he is when he doesn't have another great player on the team with him. He can't create his own shots. Second person who we got to talk about is goddamn Clay.
I
God
was literally about to
damn,
say,
bro.
Didn't
like,
he get
bro,
benched?
he's
Yeah,
not making it
it's
any
bad.
easier, bro. Like, what
It's
he
bad.
has 6 points, something like
He had
that.
6 points. He had two threes, bro.
He might want to
Come
hang it
on,
up.
come
Yeah,
on,
he
bro.
should. He should.
He
It
he
looks
he out here doing Westbrook stuff.
it's
Come
worse than
on.
Westbrook, bro. It's like because we got to look at where Clay's a 4-time champion. We got to look at how the pedigree that
60
Clay
plus
was once at.
14 dribbles.
Or and
Or
now
however many dribbles.
he's a glorified bench player at this
do
point.
do you think it's because he doesn't have Steph by his side? Do you think if he went back to the Warriors, he'd be back being a little bit more flashes of what we were used to seeing? Like I know he's not that player
Yeah,
anymore, but
yeah,
I think it benefited him so much
yeah.
playing with Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Almost how
Of
like
course.
AD looked so much better when he was playing with LeBron. You know what I
Didn't
mean? It's
didn't Clay also did not do so well like at the back end of the final stretch with the Warriors? I know he
Yeah,
shot 0 for 11 in that elimination game.
yeah.
Everybody
A
yeah,
literally
lot of
yep,
talks
Warriors
about that.
go forget that.
yep.
He
But
wasn't that good in the Warriors in the latter end of his career, but I think he would be doing a little bit better than he's doing now. Because him not doing good, he was still averaging like 18 points or something like that, or he was still averaging double digits.
see,
This season, I'm trying to think what he's averaging this season.
and see my
Uh,
player.
14.
14. See, my thing is with a player like that, it's not like he's like jumping out the gym or anything. Like shooters shoot. Like you can get old, you can always shoot the ball. You know what I mean? Like you don't ever lose your shot. He's one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. So like I don't know if it's a mental thing or you know what I mean, just uncomfortability. Like something's going on with Clay because like I said, like he should still be I mean, yo,
Yeah,
Bird, like Larry Bird, to go. Like I said, this is before my time, but
broken back and
I
everything.
remember, yeah, broken back and everything. Like at end of his career, could still shoot the ball. You know what I mean? Like he couldn't
Yeah,
play defense no more. He wasn't as
He'd
physical,
be laying down on the bench because his back
yeah,
hurts so bad.
yeah.
right? But could still come out there and hit the shot. So it's like I don't
Mm,
know what's going on with Clay. Like, and I hate it because I do like Clay. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
I think to answer your question, Trav, I think it's like multiple things that are going on with Clay. I think the biggest thing for him is the fact that it's a mental thing. That's his biggest issue that he has to overcome. I think the whole thing with him, the injuries, and him coming back, and him not doing as good or not being a player he once was, I think it's fucking with him mentally. You can see that like during the game, he internalizes a lot of like every missed shot, he internalizes it. You can tell like he misses shots. He's like damn, you can tell like he's in his head about it. And I think you combine that then with getting traded from the Warriors, everything that happened over there, and then now you come off the bench. I think that whole thing is fucking with his mentality. And when it comes to a shooter, like a pure shooter, the mental is everything when it comes to a shooter. Like you gotta believe that shot is going in. And I think his
right,
mental is. I think that's the biggest thing for him. The second thing for him, he never got a bag. Like he never worked on his game. Like he was in the gym. How can you be in the gym with Steph Curry? You see Steph Curry doing the dribble drills, the behind the backs, and you just shoot the whole entire time. He never got a bag. Like if he's even got like a little step back, a little like get somebody off of you, like that would have been
Well,
cool. He
he
never
he
worked on his back.
benefited from the Warrior system where I mean there was a bunch of moving screens, a lot of movement where you literally just catch the ball and shoot.
super one dimensional.
You gotta work on your game though, bro. You gotta get like a little one too, like something slight, something slight. You gotta get some dimension in that because this is what happens right now. Even Ray Allen, I feel even Ray Allen on the Miami Heat, he was a shooter, but he still had he had a little bit. He had a little bit to get somebody off of him still, in
And
my
that's
opinion.
and that's where he came from. You know what I mean? Like before he was, you know, known as the shooter Ray Allen. Like
Yeah,
he had a bag. You know what I mean? He could make his own shot.
yeah,
He was booming on people at one point. You know what I mean?
he was.
So
Seattle, yeah, Seattle Superstars.
In the words of Josh, number 2 point guard of all time.
I would have said, yeah. Number two right there.
Or number
Nah,
2 shooting guard.
but the Mavs, they got a long way to go. Are they in the play-in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
they are in the play-in. Okay, yeah, they clutched the play-in seed, right?
hmm
Yep. If it
Shit.
was a start, if it was a start today, they play the Kings.
Honestly, I got the Mavs.
I know it's kind of crazy. I know. I'm trying to think with the Kings. Like
Levine's leading the league in 3-point percentage.
They're gonna. I feel like they're just gonna fold though. Something's telling me that they're just gonna like because the games where you think, okay, this team is supposed to win, they don't win. Something happens and they like lose. So I think
I
the
think
Mavs got it.
that series will come down to the big men. It's going to come down to the
Sabonis.
bonus, and it's
Mhm.
going to come down to however AD is playing. You know, with Lively and them boys, like it's going to come down to that. I think that's what that matchup will come down to is the big boys.
Speaking of the Western Conference, we're gonna talk about Western Conference right now it's a straight dogfight in the Western Conference. The Warriors lost a couple nights ago in a heartbreaking fadeaway by Harrison Barnes.
None other
lost
than the former Warrior himself.
to the former Warrior. Jokic with a fadeaway at the end of the game to beat the Warriors, and that was a crucial loss for us. Basically, we're basically a guaranteed playing spot at this point. Everything got to go perfect for us to make the playoffs at this point. Um, After that game, how much confidence do you guys have in the Warriors? And do you think the Warriors can lock in a 6 seed playoff spot? Like throughout these next couple of games.
Yeah,
'Cause one more thing, my fault. Because if the Warriors make the 6 seed, they're actually gonna play the Lakers. I just want to
mhm.
put it out there. So like, do you even want that to happen? Like, you might not want that to happen. You might not want to see us in the playoff.
No. I'm not. I I'm not worried about y'all
Mm,
as a Laker fan. I'm not worried about y'all. I think I think that's a bad news for y'all. I mean, I don't know if you guys can move up at all.
It's going to be
we have
almost
to win.
impossible.
We have to win the next game, and then I think two
You
teams have to lose. Like the
you need
Clippers have
like
to
the
lose,
yup.
and then someone else has to lose.
Because right
Probably the
now,
Nuggets.
I mean, either way, it's looking like you guys would either be playing the Lakers or you be playing the Nuggets,
Mm-hmm.
which is gonna be tough. But I think, like I said, I don't know if it's just biasy on my side. I don't know if you guys can really fuck with us. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know, channel some, Shannon Sharp. I mean, Steph Curry, Tyson Fury, Curry Chicken, Lakers in five. You know what I mean? So I don't think it matters. You know what I mean? Like I think we take care of y'all, but I think if they get a different matchup, they can be a problem. That's the thing. Like I said, it's still Steph Curry. That's my whole thing. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I like Steph. I think as long as Steph is balling, they'll be good. It seems like they're always like if Steph's doing good, we need like Steph and Jimmy to both be there. You know what I mean? That level. Like like how LeBron and Luca, you know what I mean? Luca
Yeah,
drops 45, Bron has 30. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You need that with Steph and Jimmy for that team to succeed.
Mm.
And they both have the skill to do it. So I mean, I won't ever count them out, but I don't think they want to go up against the Lakers round one either. You know what I mean? It's almost I don't know, you almost be better off trying to lose out that 6 seed and get
Play
into a
Denver.
play. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, or play the Nuggets, or even if you fall down to the 7 seed and you play in a play-in game, you know what I mean? Like, because I think the playing game, if you guys end up playing a playing game, you guys probably have to play like the Timberwolves or the Grizzlies, something like
Mhm.
that. And then that team, whoever wins that playing game, plays the Rockets. You know what I mean? And I think you guys can beat the Rockets. Like I said, I'm not sold on the 1 and 2 seeds in the West. I think those two teams are the most shakiest teams in the West for having the best record.
I feel that.
Going against like these veteran teams, like like if same
Mm.
thing like the OKC going against the Nuggets, Lakers, or Warriors, like OKC and the Rockets. I think those two teams are going to have a hard time going against the vets.
Mm.
So
So on a
yeah,
scale from 1 to 10, how confident? Like, where would you say you are on confidence that the Warriors can make it to like second round?
it's if they're not playing the Lakers, I'm confident.
Hmm.
If they're playing the Lakers, I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see it. That's just where I'm at. You're not gonna move me off that hill. You know what I mean? That's just like I said. It might be biased. You know what I mean? I just think that the Lakers, how they're firing right now, looks better of how the Warriors are actually playing right now with each other. You know what I mean? Like it
Hmm.
just Steph coming off the 3-point game. Them losing to the Spurs like that. It's like it just looks a little shakier than what they should be looking right now. So that's
Agreed.
just my opinion. You know what I mean?
What do you think, P?
I'll probably give y'all 6 in terms of like confidence.
I'll take it.
Like I'm not going to give y'all below a 5 because you got Jimmy and Curry. But I mean, that 3-point game by Steph is unacceptable. Don't think it's going to happen again. But I mean, never say never in the NBA. I I don't know. I feel like that Curry LeBron matchup could get scary for Bron with the track record they have together. I don't know. I think that'd be great basketball to
Yeah.
watch. Honestly,
For sure, for
That'll be
sure,
a great series
for
because you
sure.
already know Curry turned into a different like he gets into a
he's
different level
on.
when he sees Bron.
I do think I could definitely upset like the I think that Grizzlies matchup would be a good one.
Hmm.
I think I don't think y'all can get past the Thunder. I feel like I feel like they got too much defense for y'all's main two scorers, and then I mean you got Draymond, but I'm not too big on the Draymond train. I don't think he should win DPOY this year, personally. Um, I think who's the second guy for DPOY this year?
Was it
Dyson
Jaren
Daniels.
or Dyson? No, yeah, Dyson. I think he should win it.
I
He's
do
he's
too.
crazy. He's been crazy on the Hawks.
Even Evan Mobley, I think should win it honestly.
Oh yeah, Evan Mobley was the one I was thinking. Yeah,
But
I
I
think
give
Evan
I
Mobley will win another award. I think I say give it to Dyson and let Evan Mobley win something else like most
well
improved.
if Dyson doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, he's probably going to win Most Improved Player.
You think Dyson will or Evan? I think Evan should win the most improved.
Most Improved? Nah, Evan's been a dog. Dyson went from like doing nothing to averaging 3 steals a game on the
Okay.
Hawks, and
Right,
he's contributing good basketball too.
right now, Vegas odds for defensive player of the year have Draymond at top,
Yes, sir.
Evan Mobley, and then Lou Dort. Those are the top three.
Yeah,
Damn, that's not even like
I
not
think
even
I think they got him for Most Improved,
okay. Okay. I
but
mean, I think the fact that that Draymond's in the conversation, and I'm happy with that. You don't gotta win. You don't gotta win.
yeah, but I'd rate the Warriors about a 6. I think y'all could definitely do good against like some of these like less experienced teams, but I don't think y'all have enough to get to the promised land again.
Unfortunately, guys, I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you, man. It's sad for me to say that. And I'm not even. I gotta be unbiased. You know, I gotta be truthful. I think the league, the Rockets, like you see certain teams, especially in the West, they figured. I don't want to say they figured Curry out because he's such like a dynamic player, but they figured the Warriors out. You know, like when you dominate a whole decade, eventually they'll figure you out. And the team that we have now, it feels like we're figured out, unless we're just like sandbagging. You know the rope a dope with Ali was, like you rope a dope somebody into the
Yep.
playoffs, and then boom, you hit them. Um, that could be what they're doing. I don't know, but it feels like the Warriors are too fucking predictable. I'm watching the game and I'm like, all right, I know what's gonna happen. Screen, 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 screen. Curry gets the ball, and teams know it, and that's why we get so many turnovers. Especially if you watch that Spurs game, we did this. We had the most stupidest last 3 minutes of the game. We turned the ball over like 4 times, all because we were dogmatic on getting Curry the ball. Like that's not a strategy to win a championship. You can win some games like that, sure, you can win some clutch games like that, definitely. But to win a championship, we got to get someone else the ball. Someone else got to be a threat for the ball because they're just holding on to Curry the whole entire time. And then now we're gonna live and die by Curry. So the teams are so they said, okay, bet we'll just defend Curry and we'll lose as long as it's not against Curry. We're cool with that. And that's a strategy these teams are rocking with. I think that's what's making me lose confidence in the Warriors. This is a fan saying it too. Another thing is Jimmy Butler. I'm not a huge believer in the playoff Jimmy. I know he's done it on the Miami Heat, but again, that's the Eastern Conference. This is a whole different beast. This is a whole different gauntlet he's going through right now. Different team.
Mhm.
He's only been on the team. I haven't really seen that synergy the way I like. I haven't. I think Jimmy Butler. I know he's just kind of holding back, but I would like to see him have more of those high scoring games going into the playoffs because it's kind of hard to get hot in the playoffs. So that's my critique with the Warriors right now. Just from the confidence, I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm gonna give him
See,
a
like
5. Middle.
Jimmy should have came in. I think what it looks different is that Jimmy should have came in almost how KD came in. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean, I know they're not the same type of player, like skill wise, but like Jimmy should have came in. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be like the dominant scorer. Steph will defer to you because
yeah.
you know you can get your shots when you get your shots. You know what I mean? But it almost seems like Jimmy's taking a back seat, and it's like that's not.
What they
I feel like
need.
if they keep playing like that,
Yeah.
that's a losing formula right there. Like
like
it's
like game on the line, like, okay, we can't get Curry the ball. I don't it's not apparent that Jimmy's stepping up to like give me the ball instead. Like I see
right.
him no matter what. We can't get Curry the ball and they still trying to pass to two defenders to get Curry the ball.
Hmm.
No. You have your second option, all-star, superstar Jimmy Butler, get him the ball instead. You take the shot.
Yep.
I think we need more of that for us to win a championship. I think that's what the Lakers have that's really good. The fact that if they can't get Luka the ball, they're gonna get to LeBron. Easy. It's an easy decision. You can't really stop both people from getting that ball, and it's kind of hard to defend that. So, if we had to play the Lakers, I feel like the Lakers have that edge over us, unless like the Warriors really get into gear. Yeah, hurts me to say that, but Lakers in 5. Nah, oh,
Moses
uh,
Moody, Judge Judy,
They need to
big
go.
old booty. Lakers of 5.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the Warriors need to lose the rest of the games,
yeah.
fall out that 6 seed, and go to the play-in game.
Hmm.
Get to it. I think they have a better. I think they have a better chance knocking off the Rockets than they do knocking off the Lakers.
Well, if we play Denver, we can knock off Denver. I'm confident in that.
Even
We can,
even that even that too. You guys would need to then you guys would need to keep winning and need the Clippers to lose.
yeah.
But
Clippers is a tough team too to beat, but yeah, I'd rather play the Denver. I don't. I wouldn't really want to play Houston because what's going to happen with Houston is they're going to knock us out in an elimination game. They did it in the play-in tournament, or they did it in the in-season tournament. They beat us. We've been having close games with them. It's not been easy wins with them. You know,
And
they're
Curry had the 3 points against them, didn't he?
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to. I want to. Put all of our cards on on playing the Houston Rockets. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're
But
a real scrappy team.
but I mean that's that they gotta do that. They gotta do that for 4 games straight though. They gotta do that for 4 games.
They do. They
You know
they,
what I
they are
mean?
young though. They are young.
I mean
They
that's my whole thing. Like I said, I don't have no confidence in those 2 young squads out in the West. I'm gonna
mm,
keep preaching it. If they do it this year, I'll fall back. You know what I mean?
mm,
But I
yeah.
think the 1 and 2 seed in the West are the most shakiest 1 and 2 teams because of the West is so deep with the vets that have
Mm.
solid teams that can do it. Like the Nuggets can win this. The Lakers can win this. If the Warriors get certain matchups, I think the Warriors could get there. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's like a situation where these teams couldn't do it. I'm I always look at the Clippers a little sideways, but I mean even them, you know, I don't think the Clippers
They can't do it.
lose
Let's be real.
that. And see that's you know I mean that's yeah, I'm not even gonna try to talk myself into
Yeah.
thinking they could do it, but Nuggets, Lakers, Warriors are those 3 teams. I think are the ones that one of those 3 teams is gonna be in a championship.
But let's be real. I'm going on record right now and saying there's no way that Denver Nuggets will win the championship. There's no way.
I would say
I'm on
Why is it
record.
no
On
why
record.
is it no
never,
way? Why
never
is it no
say
way?
never with Jokic.
Yeah, why is it no way?
Because, bro, I don't care what you say, bro. You need a coach to make those in-game adjustments. You know,
Fuck it, they
like
got Jokic on the sideline doing it, bro. I don't know if
Jokic,
you
you
saw
got
the clip
Coach
of him
Jokic
getting
I
fouled.
did
now.
see. We're gonna talk about that. I saw it. I was like, and I remember we talked about that in a little mini episode we had on P. I was like, yo, shit, Jokic might be a coach too, and that's cool for some games, but there's some like those close game situations where you need a person who's not in the game to take a look at the game and make those adjustments and be like, all right, this and that. The
No,
coach
you're
they
right.
have now, David, I think his name is David Adley or something like that. He doesn't have any like high school coaching experience, no college coaching experience. Like I don't really see the experience that he has, and I think that's gonna matter going into the playoffs. You need someone who's gonna be all right, like a Kerr or a JJ Redick who's looking at the game and being like, oh, we need to make this adjustment to win this game. I think that's what's gonna kill them in the playoff. That's why I don't think they're gonna be able to win the championship, no
We'll
matter
have,
how good it is.
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, the
Yeah, we
playoffs
will.
start here soon, so I mean, we just gotta wait, watch, and
Yeah.
see. All you can
Yeah.
do is watch.
I can't write them off that quick just because of that core
Mm.
and championship players, some vets. You know what I mean? Like Jokic. I mean, you got the MVP. I don't think you can just. I mean, who do they lose to if they get to the Western Conference Finals? You think they can't? Do you think they can't beat the Lakers, OKC, Warriors? Like you think they lose to any of those teams? Like if it was the Western Conference Finals, like the Rockets.
I think they're the one team that would lose to like a Rockets or SGA, just because the Rockets and the Thunder, they're so dynamic where it's like you're gonna need to make adjustments because at any point, like the Rockets, there are a lot of different players that could pop off, and because it's so dynamic, you're gonna need the coach to make those in-game adjustments or to drop those game plans depending upon what's happening in that current game. It's not like the Warriors Where the Warriors, again, they're predictable. You know what's gonna happen. You know the game plan. It's kind of easy to plan for that. When it comes to like a Oklahoma City Thunder or specifically a Houston Rockets, that's a dangerous squad because they're so dynamic and anything can happen with them. That's my take on that.
And everyone knows that Jokic is coming, and Jokic still drops triple double, 60 points on your head top. You know what I mean? And if Russ
Yeah.
isn't in the game, they win that game. I mean, I just don't. I just it sounds like I'm a Nuggets fan. I just know that Nuggets team is dangerous. You know what I mean? I've been watching them crack our heads for the past 3 years.
I
You
was
know what I mean?
about to
Like
say, I was about to say, they find a way to get
that
past those Lakers every year.
that Nuggets team is
Yeah.
is is tough. You know, just with
Yeah.
Jokic, carrying
Hey,
backpack on and
AD could have been the black cat for y'all though. AD could have been.
We'll have to see.
we'll see. Like I said, it's coming soon. We'll see. We'll see.
Shit, I was gonna. This is gonna be. Okay, I'm
Move
just gonna
straight
go
to
to this
the
topic. I'm gonna go
yeah.
straight to this. Is a good like segue. Um, so inside sources have came out to reveal that part of the reason Coach Mike Malone got clipped as head coach of the Denver Nuggets was due to his choice to continue supporting Russell Westbrook, despite the frustration he was causing on and off the court. Ultimately, led to a loss of credibility among the team's key players. It was one thing when Malone handled Jokic and Murray with more leniency than the rest of the group, but affording Westbrook that sort of treatment, even with his Hall of Fame resume, wasn't received well by some. What do y'all think about that? Because I mean, we knew something was we knew it had to be something. That's kind of
I
crazy.
I think it's foul, honestly. I mean, like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'm assuming it probably wasn't Jokic and Murray that were getting upset. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
assume the way the team's set up.
that's
It would
fair.
have had to been MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun, or who else do they play? Peyton Watson.
Son tells me MPJ. I feel like it was
I feel
MPJ.
like it would have been MPJ too. He
Yeah,
just either that or Aaron Gordon. They just feel like the two types.
yeah.
Honestly, bro,
Light
I feel like if Westbrook,
energy.
I feel like if I feel like if Westbrook, I feel like you got to give Westbrook a little bit more leniency, bro. I mean, we know what Westbrook can do. Like, I mean, he's like the flashes are there. Like we'll see him get a triple double, and him and Jokic were clicking at the very beginning. I know they had a pretty good record when Westbrook was in the starting lineup and got like a triple double with Jokic. I think every time Westbrook got a triple double, they were like, and Jokic got a triple double, they didn't lose. Which I mean, I would hope not. But I think I don't know. I think with a coach like Mike Malone, I feel like the my biggest problem with the Nuggets roster is the supporting cast.
Mhm.
Jokic, even I'm a little iffy on Murray too because the way he's been playing this season. I know he's been injured, he's been in and out, but he hasn't really been playing like Jamal Murray. I don't know if we need another Instagram live video to drop or whatever, but to get him back locked in. But he needs to turn it back on. And the rest of the like I said, the rest of the Nuggets supporting cast is kind of iffy. I mean, Christian Braun, give him credit, he has emerged this season. But like Aaron Gordon, MPJ has been okay, I guess. I mean, besides that, their bench core is pretty terrible. I mean, so I feel like it was foul to fire Mike Malone for this. But I mean, I guess I understand it. I understand it, but like I think when you don't have much going for your team in terms of players to turn to, I don't know.
Yeah, cause see, I'm kind of torn because I like Russ a lot, but I feel like this is the second coach that Russ has got fired because he got Frank Vogel fired too out there in L.A.
Well,
You
Frank
know,
Vogel's okay.
I mean, we won a championship with Frank. You know, what I mean, Frank. I don't think Frank was the worst coach for us. You know, what I mean, going from Frank to Darvin, I mean, was kind of a day and night situation. But I think we think of Russ from 5, 10 years ago. Like Russ is 36. Like Russ
Mhm.
still a talent, but he's not Russ of what we think. You know what I mean? We've seen Russ like the flashes are there because that's it's still Russell Westbrook, but I I think you do have to shorten up the leash on Russ because it's like, bro, like you're not that player anymore. You know what I mean? Like you can't shoot. Like you can't shoot the ball, and your explosiveness isn't there like it was 5, 10 years ago. So I mean, I won't say like that was necessarily a good reason to fire him. But I mean, if you're giving him free range, like he is still a top 20 player in the league, then maybe that does come down to coaching. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like Russ, like you can't This is Jokic squad. Jamal Murray, like you should be our third, fourth option here. Like you're not number one, bro. Like you can't play like you're number one. Like you're not that Russ anymore. So like I said, I fuck with Russ though, so I hate like sound like I'm shitting on him, but
Mhm.
like I think that's just what it is. And I seen the same stuff happen in L.A. That's the thing too. Like he had those flashes where he'd have those triple doubles, but it's like then it gets a little too much where he's like, all right, I'm the man again. And it's like, no, you're not, bro. Like you're firing up threes, you're going 0 for this, and you know what I mean, like shooting 25 shots and you got 10 points. It's like, bro, you can't do that no more. You know what I mean? Like you don't have a shot and you're not as explosive anymore. You're not booming on people anymore. So I think there's that little balance that Russ has to kind of try to find, but his player type, that's not him. You know what I mean? He's a baller. So he's like, I don't care if I'm 36 or 26, I'm doing what I'm doing. So and maybe some of that goes on Malone, but yeah, I mean, I that's probably why they got him up out of there. And like I said, I think he was losing the locker room, which I know we've been talking about. How do you lose a locker room? But this could be it. You know what I mean? If Jokic and Murray were the only people who were supporting Westbrook, but everyone else is moaning and groaning over it, it's like that's you kind of lose it. Like, hey, I mean, I'm supposed to put my trust in this coach who's letting this dude go crazy, and he shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. That's my take on that.
I think I know we said it was MPJ who made the call, but honestly, now I'm thinking about it, it had to be Jokic. Jokic had to be the one who was like, nah, if he
He might have
dies,
been
he
on
dies.
this. He might have
Get
been
him
on this
out of
sneaky shit like LeBron with AD. He might have been on some sneaky
yeah.
shit
I
like,
mean,
bro, like
maybe. I don't feel like it was
You
Jokic
know why,
though.
bro? Because there's no way you fire the coach without Jokic approval. You can't. He's the best player on your team, and you didn't be
You
like, "Yo."
can't. You can't say that. You can't say
I'm
that
not
because
saying he said, "Oh, we got to fire him," but you're gonna talk to the best player on
you
your team
can't. You
about
can't
firing
say
the coach.
that. You can't say that in this
Why
NBA
can't we say
anymore
that? Why
because
can't we
Luca
say
yeah.
that?
got traded without any word with from the upper management.
That's
No,
different. That's totally
it's
different.
not though. That's
I'm
a
talking
big
about,
decision that affected like the team.
but we're talking about a coach though. I think it's different with the coach because we know that Jokic to that franchise is like he's the guy. His jersey will be in the rafters when it's all said and done. He is the guy, probably the season MVP. You don't fire the man's coach without talking to him first.
You
It's like
think you think Jokic would want Malone gone after literally he's been there his whole career
he
and
don't
helped like
talk.
build him
You
up?
don't know. He don't say nothing. Like
Right,
bro,
right.
you heard him in the interview. He still was so nonchalant about it. He was like, "You might have." He said, "You might have woke up the beast." Like he didn't give one reaction or another.
What do
So
you
we don't.
want him to say? It's
That's
Jokic.
what I'm saying. We don't know. We have
He's a
no
man of
idea.
few words.
It's just speculation. And sometimes when a person doesn't say a lot, it leads people to have assumptions. And my assumption is they don't fire the coach Malone, his main man, without at least having a conversation like how you feeling about the coach.
Who's to say he even knew it all? Because I mean, like we know Jokic, he don't really care about basketball like that. He
Did
just
he
go,
say he didn't
he
know?
just clock in.
Did,
He
did, did,
clocked
Clock,
in.
did
clock in,
he?
clock
But did he
out.
say he did not know? He didn't say that though. He didn't say he didn't
He didn't
know.
say he did know either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I think
I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never
that's
know.
what until after the season probably we'll figure some things will come out.
Somebody's got Mike Malone's got to come out with a public statement. I would assume. I would hope.
So I mean, all right. So let me ask you. So you think it was Michael Porter Jr.? You think he was the
He
person
he
who got
does
the
seem
coach
like a
fired?
diva.
He
I
don't
don't
got
think
enough
he.
pull for that. He don't got
I don't
enough
think.
pull for that.
I about to say. I don't think he has enough pull. Like it
Yeah.
has to be your top dudes. Like Mike. I don't think MPJ has that pull to be
I
like,
I
yo,
guess we'll never know. I
Yeah.
guess
we
we'll
gotta
never
get.
know.
I don't think no one has. I don't think Aaron Gordon has the pull. Christian Braun, MPJ. Only person who could have that pull to me would be Jokic. And we're talking about like it has to come from a team member because they're saying he lost the locker room. And I think the person, to me, that sounds like a player had an issue or players had an
I
issue.
don't think he lost Jokic though. That's the thing.
I, I don't
Yeah,
know
I would.
because
I feel like if Jokic had a problem with it, Mike Malone would stop
hmm,
to fix it. Because I mean he's smart. He's got to be smart enough to realize, hey, if Jokic is getting upset, then you actually might be doing something wrong. Because I mean
Now
Jokic doesn't really do much.
I did hear too. They were saying that if that GM wanted to fire Malone that year they won the championship. And they was like, if they didn't win a championship that year, they probably was going to fire him. So I think, him and the GM weren't getting along, and then they both end up getting fired. You know what I mean? So it's like, who know? Like I said, that so that's from the top. Where it's like, all right, we're getting rid of both you guys. We're getting rid of the coach and the GM. And at one point, the GM wanted to get rid of Mike Malone. So I mean, it could be messier than what we even know. You know what I mean? As far as who been wanting him to be gone. It
It's,
could,
it,
like I said, I think a lot of it goes back to that Jokic 60-point triple double game. I think that was glaring. They were on a 4-game losing streak. You know what I mean? Like just backing into the playoffs. I mean, I still would, you're a championship winning coach. I'm not going to fire you at the end of the season. Like I'll cut you right after you lose a playoff game. You know what I mean? But end of the season makes it seem like there was some inner workings that, like Peanut said, we might never know what actually happened. You know what I mean? So
well, I think in terms of Russell Westbrook, like that aspect of it, my take on Russell Westbrook, matter of fact, that's actually Josh's favorite player. Josh's favorite player is Russell Westbrook. Um, and I've been trying to tell him this for years. Russell Westbrook is not as good as we think he is. Like I think this is the same shit that got KD out of OKC. He don't want to deal with this shit no more. Like I think we see a pattern, and sometimes we see a pattern, but we don't recognize the pattern. The pattern is Russell Westbrook. No matter where he goes, it seems like he just can't get it done. He's actually kind of fallen into that Chris Paul, career path, where it's like at some point, we got to start saying that you might be the problem. Like OKC couldn't get it done.
Well, I would,
Washington
I
couldn't
would,
get
I
it
wouldn't
done.
say that with Chris Paul because I mean, like,
Lakers couldn't did it. Like, it just seemed like it's always an issue, and it's always an issue when it comes to Russell Westbrook, no matter where he goes. And I think he seemed like a cool dude, which is weird,
I
but
would, I would maybe compare him to a Harden.
nah,
Harden's
Harden go
not
crazy.
never gotten it done. Went to the
He,
Nets,
but,
didn't do anything.
but he's a kid, but it's like it's a different play style because Harden, bro, he going crazy. Like no matter what team he's on, he's going crazy.
Yeah, but he never got it done.
But he's going crazy
At
though.
least
Like
like at least with Chris Paul, he helped elevate the Thunder when he was there. He he was there with he was there with Harden. He took the Suns to the finals with D Book. I mean, he had success with the Clippers. I mean, he didn't get it done per se, but it's not like he's to the same effect as Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook goes to teams and has his
destroys
iffy moments.
destroys teams. He goes to teams and
I
destroys them.
mean, look at the Spurs. I mean, honestly, the Spurs would probably be in the playoffs right now if Wemby didn't get hurt.
Okay, so you're saying he's less. He had his. So this is a career Paul. I mean, this is Chris Paul. This is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool
Russ,
with that. I'm cool with
Russ,
that.
Russ is in that air with PG.
hmm
Well, it's sad to say that. It's
I
so sad
know
to say
it
that.
is. Not like I said, I fuck with Russ a lot, but
I
Me
did
just
too.
too. Like he seemed like a cool dude, but I don't know what it is about him that he just doesn't gel with teams. And I think it's because he's another one who has not worked on his game over the
mm.
years. Like we know when it comes to athletic players, your
If he
athleticism.
developed that jump shot, if he even worked on
That
it
is
Yeah,
it,
a
bro. If he had
degree,
a jumper, bro, he'd still be nasty, bro. Like
yeah,
that's the
he
thing.
would.
He don't have a jumper. He's never really had a jumper, bro, and that's
He
just
never worked on his game.
and it glares through now because like I said, you're 36, you're not driving to the rack every time and booming on people, and when now you're driving to the rack and you're just missing layups and shit, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say
like it's
against the
different now.
Timberwolves, old Russ would have banged. Old Russ would have
Would have
banged that. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like he would have dunked that ball, and instead he missed the layup, and then he fouled the 3-pointer. I don't know. I think Russell Westbrook. I think it's just a pattern. I think eventually you gotta say he might be the problem. You gotta do some like look at the man in the mirror and be like, "Yo, it might be me. I might be the issue." That's my take on that though. Uh, Last topic we're going to touch on real quick. We're going to touch on our Pistons. So the Pistons have made their first playoff. My fault. The Pistons have made the playoffs the first time since the 2019 season and are set to play the Knicks. How confident do y'all feel with this matchup? And do you think the Knicks will beat the Pistons? If not, then what are your predictions?
I was gonna say I think you mentioned earlier about the Pistons being gritty and like like the embracing like the bad boy Pistons, like that they are.
Yeah.
I think the Pistons are one of those like scary teams you don't want to face in the playoffs, just
Hmm.
because of the way their roster set up. I mean, like kind of similar with New York, but not entirely with New York, because New York's kind of a gritty team. They got some gritty players like Josh Hart,
Yeah. They are gritty.
OG.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think they're as gritty as Detroit. Like I mentioned, bro, they're embracing that like bad boy attitude, and I feel like they're kind of like underdogs, but they're not to a degree. Like they
Hmm.
got they're sneaky. Like they're sneaky good. Like
Yeah.
Cade's been hooping. Jalen Duren's a threat
Yeah.
most of the time. I think the only thing really holding him back is him not really having a 3-pointer like that. I mean, they got Malik Beasley. He's been doing pretty solid. I don't really keep up
He's
with.
been really good. He's he off the bench. He might be off the.
Don't they
Anyways,
have Tobias Harris too?
Yeah,
Tobias Harris. Yeah.
Tobias. They got Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench, I think.
Isaiah Stewart. I mean, Isaiah Stewart's a pretty good enforcer at this
Yeah,
point.
he's not a he's an enforcer for sure.
So I mean, the Pistons are sneaky.
Yeah, that'd be my thing. I think that could be the if there's gonna be a upset in the first round over there in the East, I think this could be it because like Peanut said, like that's a sneaky good team. Sneaky, they're not sneakyly gritty. Everyone knows they're a gritty team. They have some talent, I mean, and they got Cade out there playing balling right now. So I mean, and I think too, if you want to really get into, I think their bench, even if it's only 2, 3 more people, the Knicks
Yeah,
don't have a bench. Like the Knicks
let's say
starting
that.
five is
Yeah,
going to play 40 minutes. You know what I mean? So I think it could in a 7 game series, I can see like Knicks, pop off their home games, but then it's like if Pistons get back to their crib, they win their two, they still win in New York. That could get spooky for the Knicks going back home down 3-2. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
uh, eh, I don't know. I think that would be the one out of the whole playoff that I can see being like an upset is the Pistons knocking off the Knicks. Uh, if the Knicks are firing on all cylinders and those guys can get through the minutes like that, I think they're a better team. But I'm not sleeping on the Pistons. Like I think the Pistons can make some noise at least the first round. You know what I mean?
You know what
Um,
I'd love to see, Ahmad?
what?
Them knock off the Celtics.
I would love, bro. Oh
Then
my
we could go back to that one clip where we all got crucified.
yeah, I'll be
But
a
we can we
great.
we can just pray. I'll do like some like good luck rituals or something. I don't know. But go ahead, Ahmad.
Nah, I was gonna say, according to my research, it looks like the regular season, the Detroit Pistons are up on the New York Knicks with a 3-0 record.
Mm.
The Knicks haven't beat the Pistons this season. That being said, if this is a playoff we talking here, it's not looking good for the Knicks. We see the Knicks have struggled this season beating teams with the over 500 record. They just seem like a shaky team to me. Especially they lost the other night to who they played. They played some team. They lost their most recent game, and it seems like they don't have the continuity that they would like to have going into the playoffs. Like there's all these rumors with the coach playing them too much. There's a whole
They
Mikel.
lost to the Pistons yesterday.
That's what I was talking. Yeah, they lost to the Pistons. Yeah, exactly. I knew it was.
They're on a 3-game losing
And
streak
they
right
just
now.
they just lost tonight to the Cleveland.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but it's
So
Cleveland.
but it's like that's not the energy you really want to take into the playoffs. You want to you don't want to go into the playoffs on a losing streak. It's not a good energy to take. Uh so I'm not when it comes to New York, I'm never confident when it comes to New York. They can't get anything right. I won't ever cuz like even when the times when it's a clear cut they should win, they don't. They never can get it done. So I'm definitely riding with Detroit Pistons. I think they have more depth, they have more versatility. And they're just gelling better right now going into the playoffs than I see the New York Knicks.
I
Yeah.
think even matchup wise, what I mean, like even just on the point guard level, like Cade, with Jalen, it's like Cade's a
He's too
big point
tall.
guard.
Yeah.
You talking about someone who's like 6'6", 6'7". Jalen's
Right.
what 6'1", 6'2". Like
Hmm.
I think that like that's gonna be tough. Like I said, them guys run a 5, 6 man rotation, bro. Like
Yeah.
them Pistons playing how tough they play. That's
Yeah.
gonna that's gonna be hard on the Knicks. Like that's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be a
tough.
very physical game, and
Very
it,
physical. Them
and if
boys
it's
gonna get
getting
beat
stretched
up.
to 7, it's gonna those
Man,
48-minute games are gonna start wearing on you.
it's gonna
Yeah.
hurt.
That is gonna, especially like we're talking about physical 7 games. That's
It's tough.
And the Knicks are like an injury prone team
yeah.
too.
That's true.
Brunson,
Yep.
if Brunson goes down, they're
Oh,
honestly cooked.
it's a wrap.
I said it last year. I was like, everyone was hyping up the Knicks, and I told them, I said, to the Knicks fans, I said, y'all are one rolled ankle away from losing it all. And what happened? Jalen Brunson rolled his fucking ankle. And matter of fact, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm on record. I'm starting a petition to get rid of low tops. We gotta stop this shit, man. Put the low tops away. There's been so many ankle injuries. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck started this shit, but we gotta stop putting.
see,
We gotta bring back the high tops. Come on, Trav. I know you know what I'm
see,
talking about. Bring
but
back the high tops.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm thinking of one of the best Kobe's, like Kobe 4, low top.
Bro,
Classic.
what happened to Kobe, bro?
Classic.
What happened to Kobe? We was robbed of like
You know, Ahmad, I
Kobe.
would disagree with you, but I was playing basketball on Monday, and
Yeah.
I got a pair of Tatum's, and I mean I about rolled my ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like otherwise I'd be against you,
Uh,
but I mean I
I
almost went
played so
down.
much basketball in my life, and like my dad always told me that he always told me like, "Yo, bro, rock with the high top," because I had an old dad. You know what I'm saying? My pops is old, so he was old school. So he always got me the high top Johns. I get older, I start buying my own shit. I'm getting low tops now. Now I'm starting to roll my ankle. It's not a coincidence, bro. It's
You
not a
know,
coincidence that we
see,
see all the sprained ankles and
see,
shit.
and I'll argue back because I got plenty low tops I've balled in, and the
Mm,
one time I broke my ankle playing basketball, I was in some high
shit.
tops. You know what I
Damn, you
mean?
broke it.
Like, yeah. I fractured my ankle in some high tops. You know what I mean?
Do you land? Now that's different. I think fracturing mean you really just like it was an actual injury. Rolling is like you know how you're not supposed to like your ankle just
Right.
up. How did you break
I
your
I,
ankle?
I was driving and stepped on someone's foot, and it
See,
and
that's that's
however
that's
it
the reason to break your ankle. That's not a lot of time people be rolling the ankle just by doing a quick move to the basket. Stepping on somebody's foot would make sense for a roll or a break or broken ankle. But just
okay.
like
I
a quick
mean,
step. Look at KD. Look at KD. He done rolled his ankle 3 times this season. This is his
right,
third spring ankle.
and his low tops,
Yeah,
mid
Curry.
tops. Yep.
I'm telling you, it's
All
a
right,
low
all
top.
right, okay,
Think about
okay,
it. The next time y'all see an
okay.
injury, you're gonna be like, yeah, damn, low tops. Lamar told me
Low tops.
low tops is not good. Shit. All right, guys. But thank y'all for joining tonight, man. It's been a good episode. We chatted, chopped it up about some great basketball topics. We'll see how this Western Conference Finals or standings
It'll
play off.
probably be done by the time we do the next episode, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think
I don't
tonight. Honestly,
I
tonight we
think
should know.
the play-in starts on the 15th.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
So
we'll know the seedings going into the next episode we'll do.
yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
definitely, guys. All right, guys. You have a nice one, man.
you too, man.
All right, y'all.
Peace.